There we go. Hey! Good afternoon, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this Sunday's episode of Handmade Home Shopping. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. And of course, as always, we have our obligatory things to get out of the way before we jump in to the show. It's been such a busy weekend here, too. We were out shopping yesterday, and now we're shopping today. So first things first, please like and subscribe and huzzah the bell, if you will, for us. So that helps everybody out. And the second thing is I would love to invite everybody to please sign up for our virtual event. We're doing this on December 19th, which is the Saturday just before solstice, which is on the 21st. We have a bunch of things that we are doing both online and just distance. So even if you can't make it to the online thing, you can still participate in some of these things. Here, I'll show you. We have a holiday card you can sign up for. There is no cost for that. We are doing a YULE cat sock exchange. It's kind of a hilarious Icelandic tradition. If you don't get new clothes for YULE, the YULE cat comes and devours you. It's very 2020, I felt. So we're save yourself and your fellows by exchanging socks. And then we are doing fairy blessings as well for 2021. And that will be for our Patreon patrons only. But you can also participate at that level if you want. You just have to sign up for our Patreon. But we are doing a bunch of really just fun holiday things because everybody is stuck inside. And some people can't even get out to see family. So feel free to avail yourself of that and just touch base with people in your community. So I super encourage everybody to do that. And this is the link that you see right here in the ticker. It's also in the low bar. It's just a Google Doc sign up form. Go fill it out. Do the things you want to do. Don't do the things you don't want to do. Pretty easy. So and then also today's show is sponsored by Manifest Magical Pendants. They actually have been a vendor here on the show in the past. They make beautiful jewelry pieces which are skillfully crafted by Samantha, and she hand sculpts a variety of clay and crystal pendants with each one of them with their own unique form around the gems with which she works. And she travels actually around to get some of these things in the places that she visits. It's pretty cool. So she uses stones like lapis lazuli, quartz, selenite, tiger's eye, a whole bunch of stuff. The best place to see her body of work is on her Instagram, and that is going there. It is also in the low bar. And if you are interested in purchasing something there, just contact her on Instagram and she can work that out with you. So please shout out to them. At least go check her out, give her a follow. And with that said, that brings us round now to our first vendor of the day, Happy Hollow Woodcrafts. Welcome to the show.
Hi there, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. A gnome on the shelf next to me just took a dive at me. It scared the bejesus out of me. It just fell off the shelf. I don't even know what's happening. It literally opened my printer up and everything. Sorry. Okay, so it's Torvi. Is that how we say that?
That is correct. Torvi Athelburn.
All right. Well, please, if you will, introduce us or introduce the audience to who you are and tell us where you're from and give a shout out to any of your home peeps, fairs, shows. And then let's see what you've got for us today.
All right. Sounds good. So obviously I'm Torvi Athelburn from Happy Hollow Woodcrafts. It's woodcraft business that I run here in Blue Mountains, Wisconsin, so just outside of Madison. It also evolved into drinking horns. Drinking horns, as well as some stands that go with them. So, and they're all customizable. Been doing this for a number of years now, primarily in the Midwest. So thank you out here on the West Coast there for having me included.
Of course.
Do all sorts of things, especially this time of the year, with YULE ornaments. And if you
cute.
This pretty much represents 2020.
If 2020 was an emoji or an icon.
This is it. So, yeah, so I, between drinking horns, it's all pretty much, along the historical path that I do. because I actually went to school, got a degree in archaeology. So some of that archaeology history stuff, I kind of geek over into a lot of the products, you know, whether they're bowls or you can see in the background, I have Mjolnirs, just kind of, you know, fun stuff to leather goblets.
Yes. Are those for sale, those Mjolnirs up there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everything back there is for sale. So.
Well, let's see one of those because that's pretty cool.
Bear with me, so I grab one. So again, you know, since I do wood crafting, it's all made out of wood, you know, cedar and sometimes pine. So, you know, enough to thump those trolls that are jumping off your desk there.
Right. It is. In fact, I know a troll that might like one of those. That is awesome.
So yeah, they're pretty fun. Just started making these this year, you know. Apparently fairs and festivals have not been the greatest this year, so been doing these guys online. You know, and all the woodworking is functional too. Bear with me as I grab a bowl here.
Pretty.
In the medieval style. So fully functional.
What makes it in the medieval style?
It's the shape and the decoration.
Gotcha. So,
you know, I try and grab the resources to see, you know, how things were decorated, made, you know, and try and stick pretty true to it. So, you know, for people out at fairs and festivals that need authentic looking stuff, I try and do that. Were you going to say something there? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was probably just hemming and hawing and humming and like looking at the things. So
yeah. No. So I'm trying to think of what else to add to it.
Well, yeah. I'm just interested to see some of these things. You have so many things that are up behind you. It looks like goblets there on the top shelf, and then
they're actually leather goblets. Yeah. So I'll grab some. As well as, bear with me. I'm sorry, folks.
No, it's this
backside there. I put some things on the desks. So.
Oh man, that is beautiful. That candle holder.
Oh yeah.
So you've turned this candle holder then.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I do. Is a lot of wood turning. In addition to some things like this. So you know, I've traveled extensively throughout England and have found items as such. You know, try and get it historically accurate as possible. These guys I don't make, but they're left over from the fairs that did not take place this year. So
a quick question about that leather goblet. I think this is actually the first time I've seen something like that, at least here on our, maybe the first time ever I've seen leather cups, but not really a goblet like this. So can you just tell me a little bit about this? Like how do you wash it or clean it, or how is it sealed, that kind of thing?
Right now they're sealed with food safe resins.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on getting a bunch made together with the actual pitch that would have been sealed, you know, to be a little more historically accurate.
Wow.
They are just, I mean, you hand wash them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's really about it. And you let it air dry. Everything's sealed up. You know, the leather's been sealed properly. Same for the wood base part of it. So, you know, quick wash and you're good to go again. So,
now, do you have the ability to wood burn on these or put designs on them?
I can completely do that. Yeah. Right now, these guys are just blank, you know, for whoever would want one, but I most certainly can, you know, same for the stands. I can customize all sorts of stuff. I have the tools, a full crazy workshop with a variety of items. So. All
right. And so then we were looking at a horn cup. I think you had a couple of those.
Yep.
Yes. And can you do the same thing? Can you customize those with some kind of engraving or burning? I don't know what one does on that material.
Right now, I theoretically could. I work better with wood and leather at this point in terms of customizing. So I stay away from the horn. You know, not to mention it's a little more time consuming to do than the wood or leather.
How big is that cup actually? Like how many ounces would you say that holds? Because we have no real size comparison.
Yeah, this is about 10 ounces.
About 10 ounces. That's a pretty good size.
Yeah, exactly. It'll keep you going.
It's just a couple ounces shy of a grande latte.
There you go. Trying to think of what else to show you here.
Anything and everything. What are these little buckler looking things behind you? I don't, that look maybe like little mini shields.
Oh, yes. They are little mini shields. So
you are indeed that.
yeah, I mean, these are decorative right now. I haven't made the, proper let's go fight with them right now. But, sometimes people want a little shield on their wall. And again,
it is cool.
If people were to, say want one of these that were, a certain color, certain pattern on it, I can certainly do that.
That's cool. Is the middle of that actually metal, or have you painted it to look metal?
Nope, it's all wood.
Okay.
So I do use different paints. This one just has a brass paint on it right now. Whereas I'll grab another shield. And if anybody watches Vikings, that's kind of where the idea of this one came from. But this one looks a little more haggard. I don't know if you can see it. I kind of beat it up a little bit, put a paint on it that looks a little rusty. So again, it's paint and wood.
I can indeed see it. And I'm over here thinking to myself, who doesn't watch Vikings?
Well, I know. There are some strange people out there that don't.
So out of curiosity, now why is this the time or the era that you have chosen to model your work after?
Well, a lot of it winds up being medieval. I don't know. I have just been to all sorts of English castles and historic places, and that just captures me. So I don't know, maybe past life something or other. But I don't know.
that's what calls to you. So when we see some of those cool, I don't know what they're called. They're the cup holders for the horns, I guess.
Yeah.
Do they have a particular name that this specific type of cup holder is called?
These guys?
Yes.
Horn stands.
Horn stands.
Yep.
Those are cool.
Yeah. And again, I get at this time of year all sorts of customization, put names on it or different
nice.
People.
Yeah, those look engraved actually, like they're in there.
Yeah.
They look quite nice. A Valkna and a Molnir, it looks like behind there.
Yep.
And so on your website, is this where, do people have to send you what kind of picture they want, or do you have a selection of pictures on your website?
They sometimes can send me a picture of what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be able to tell them if I can work with it or not. If it's a little too complicated. I really haven't hit anything that, I can't do quite yet.
Right.
So, I've done stuff for businesses too and put their logos on things. So
nice.
Yeah.
So you have a wide skill set with getting the actual image that people want on there. That's good to know. Yeah. Well, those two are about the perfect size for your guys' stocking stuffer, right? Those.
They are.
Yes.
And if people ever need like this customized, I've done that too for folks. So.
So everything can be. That is great. So it is 4:16, and that brings us, look how fast that time goes, right?
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, let's keep going.
Right? Well, I usually say, if there's one more thing that you want to show us, pick one last thing and show it to us, and then we will part ways, and it shall be such sorrow.
I think we're all good right now. I won't take up too much of your time. There's probably more on my Etsy site anyway, so.
Okay. Well, do you have any specials that may be going right now for the holiday season, or sales that you would like to tell everybody about?
I haven't, but we can always just do a coupon code for Fairy Princess right now for the next week.
We could.
Knock 15% off, so.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, and I'll be sure to get that up on the low bar when we're done with the show. So, well, awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show today with all of your Yeah, I love your work. So
Thanks.
absolutely. Have a good rest of your Sunday evening and happy holidays.
And to you too as well. Thanks again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, we are off to a start here today. That's some great stuff there from Happy Hollow Woodcrafts. And so this will move us right along here to our next vendor. Do I see you down there? I do. Hello, John.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yes. So the leather scorpion.
Yes, that's me.
All right. Well, look at you. Have a bunch of stuff behind you there too today as well.
That's
everything,
my
everything is so garbed up and looking cool today.
Yeah.
So this is...
You're watching my back so I don't get stabbed.
I am not fairies. I don't do stabbing. I do pinching. I pinch. pinch. Actually, that's somewhat historical, to be perfectly honest. Fairy pinches are a thing. Fairy stabbings, less so. Let's see. So, please, if you will, introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us who you are, what your business is, where you're from, and then I'll give you the whole screen, and we will see what you've got to sell us today.
Good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm John. I am the Leather Scorpion. I am a member of Clan of the Raven. We are under the Kingdom of Lucerne, and we have a sister branch, Band of the Hawk. What we are is a nonprofit historical educational group, and we do basically the Viking Age all the way through to the Renaissance period. So my part of the group is the Viking Age, as you can fairly see, and that's where we handle the Viking Age. So I do basically all the leather work for the group, and then I kind of mingle in basically everything. So a lot of people will say, you know, oh, I liked what you made. Can you make me one? And then it just kind of turned into, I can make money doing this. So that's kind of where we are. I do leather work. I do some woodwork. I do the shields for the group. So anything that would fall in the Viking Age that we either can't buy because, you know, they don't make it. We make it. We make it. Just like they did back in that time period. You know, you don't have it, you need it, we'll make it. So, you know, that's what we do.
So I'm speaking of these leather things here. I want to ask, you know, it looks like you're wearing maybe a troll core around your neck with, is that the whole thing with leather? Yep,
I'm actually wearing a troll cross, which was forged by actually my daughter. She's in the Renaissance period of the group, and they do blacksmithing in their group. So sometimes when I need stuff made out of iron, I holler at them and they make it for me.
Nice. And is the actual braid that you're wearing it on, is that leather? Like braided leather?
Yep, that's actually leather. The bracer that I'm wearing, that's also leather.
Oh, sweet.
It has the word on it.
Yes.
All carved in. And the massive battle belt, all leather.
Yeah, protect those kidneys.
Hey, yeah, you can never have enough belts.
That is the dang truth, if I ever heard it. Well, so let's see. Pick something from behind you there and sell it to us.
Some stuff in front of me. This actually went on the site. Okay. I have two of them, but of course, what happens is I posted it to Facebook, and somebody was like, "Don't sell that dark one." So basically, it is, it's a water bottle. It's sealed on the outside in beeswax. It's got the helm of all carved into it. So it's important to know all my leather goods are all hand carved. Nothing is done with lasers. I'm not knocking it. I mean, if you can afford the laser, that's awesome. But I'm more of an old school tradition.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is hand carved and everything is hand sewn.
And I'm looking at the cork actually in that.
Yeah, actually, this is a branch from a tree in the backyard. And
that is actually pretty cool. A wooden.
Yeah, that's actually all sealed in wax as well. The inside is also sealed, so you can fill this with water, and this will actually hold about a cup.
How do you get the leather to be in that shape? I mean,
I can't tell you.
Okay, trade secrets. I completely understand.
I can't tell you. No, honestly, you do all your stitching, And then you basically pack stuff in there and just keep pushing it down until it expands it out.
Interesting.
So it's fine. Now the inside though is sealed with the lady that was just ahead of me. She had mentioned pitch.
Yes.
All right, so that's what is used to seal this. It's a pine pitch. It's what they would have used back then as well. And what it does is it seals it airtight so it won't leak. The only problem is if you let the liquid sit in there for a little while, it will get like a little bit of a pine taste.
That actually sounds kind of good, to be honest.
Instant tea. There you go. You just made tea. So this is actually up on the shop. Unfortunately, the other one is not. The other one's going to a new home. But you can see the stitching in this one much better.
Yes, the contrast makes it easier to see there.
So it's a nice saddle stitch, and that's all done by hand.
Oh, man, that looks so tedious and hard. You must have the
it's relaxing
hands.
though. It is honestly relaxing. I'll just sit there, and if I'm watching something good, when the commercial comes on, start stitching.
Yeah, you must have strong hands for that, though, because the leather looks so thick and durable.
So now with the helm of all on these bottles, I also have it on some of the pouches that are in the shop. Okay, that's all tooled, hand stitched, and these are really cool because they actually have runes in them.
Oh, cool!
Going back with the wood theme, they're all little round chunks of oak with the rune burned into them.
That is cool. So we get a whole rune set that goes with the pouch.
Rune set along with a cool pouch.
Yeah.
The helm of all on this one, and then you have the Volk knot on that one.
Yeah.
So,
that's the one I like.
A lot of my stuff, you'll know it's mine because I always like to add these cool, pretty little wooden colored beads.
I do like those. They are quite nice.
And then if you don't want the runes, we do just the pouches as well in different types of material. We do like a suede, a designer type leather, and then once in a while I'll come across some hides, like this is elk.
Oh, nice.
So the
now,
material
can these go on a belt?
Changing. Excuse me?
Can these go on a belt?
Yeah, basically just throw them on a belt. They didn't have pockets back then, so everybody had a bunch of pouches.
Yes, and cross belts. That is
yes.
Which I will say, even if this is maybe not a person's thing, you need to reconsider belts and pouches, because if you ever go on an airplane and they want to limit what you can carry, they can't really limit what you carry on your physical person. I can't tell you how many things I have packed into of like 4 belts with pouches stuffed with things, right? I get in there, I can barely get down into my seat. Their use is not limited to just fairs and festivals.
That's right, wherever you go.
All right, what else do we have here?
So I make these adorable little dolls.
Oh, what? So
the whole thing was, no matter what time period you're in, the kids need something to play with.
Indeed.
Right. And a lot of times in the Viking Age, whatever hide you had, you used the entire hide, whether you used it for clothing, for belts, for gear, but also for toys for the kids.
Nice.
So this is all, this is a suede. She has leather hair, and then a cute little red tunic. So these are on the shop too. And, we don't discriminate. So we have multiple colors.
Aw.
So whatever I have on hand, it all gets used.
That is industrious indeed. And of course we love that because, reduce, reuse, recycle, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Practicing our 3 R's there.
Mm-hmm. So now we were talking about pouches. If you're the type of person that you got a ton of stuff to carry, then you go with a bigger pouch.
That is cool looking. And that's all, you've hand tooled all of that. How do you get the different colors, or is this a trade secret?
It's just basically taking your time with the dyes and using brushes.
Oh, interesting.
And then just pull this open. And then more tool.
That is cool.
And I mean, this is a beast. You can get a lot of stuff in here.
That's going to hold your whole iPhone and, mini water bottles, maybe a small flask.
Yeah, you can get your phone in there, your keys. You can get, makeup, you name it. And then
it's the pouch of holding and the cool wooden beads. Oh, hold those beads still. Hold still beads. Yeah, I do like those beads. They're cool looking. And they match everything so well. They also look like they could potentially double some of those as good beard beads or hair beads for the braid.
I'm working on it. Yep. And we also, I mean, well, I say we because my whole family helps. It's not just me, but I got the kids, my wife, everybody's doing stuff.
Yeah.
So like even the belts.
Oh, those are cool.
So now with the belts, because they're Viking gauge, I have a guy that sends me actual replicas of pieces that were found in the digs.
Oh, cool.
So
wow.
If you're doing what we do, a lot of people are very picky as to, oh, that's not accurate, or oh, that don't look right. So we try to keep, 100% accuracy. So yeah.
I kind of want to see this cool, I don't know what that is right behind you. The cowl that's not the armor guy, but maybe also the armor guy. It's the black thing that looks like it's got fur underneath it that goes on the shoulders.
Up top.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a pauldron. It's a color pauldron. It's the left and the right pauldron with rabbit fur tucked underneath.
I love that fur addition to it.
Thank you. So now, see, that's one of the things that happens to me doing the leather work. A lot of people will see my stuff on Instagram and they'll message me and they'll say, hey, you know what, can you do this? And I'm like, you know what, send me some pictures. Let me see what you want. And before you know it, I'm making something I haven't made before.
Yeah. And then there you go, broadening your skill base, right?
Yep.
And so next to him, the guy with the helmet, what is he?
Yep. All right. So this is actually my leather that I wear when we're doing our displays and our RenFaires. It's basically lamellar, which is leather layered upon layer. So it gives you a real thick coat.
How heavy is something like that?
This one weighs about 20 pounds. And then you have Odin tooled on the front, and then on the shoulders, I'm not sure if you can really see it.
Hold the camera like close and then still.
Basically a dragon tooled onto the shoulder pads.
That is cool. And so these things, it looks like they're tied together, like the shoulder part is tied to the breastplate.
Everything is tied. That way you can disassemble it. If you don't want to wear the shoulders, you can just untie them and they come right off. And
adjust it to actually size to you specifically.
This is actually the third one I've made now. This one was mine. I posted it and wound up having 2 people commission me to make theirs as well.
Nice.
So, and on top of that, we make shields.
Aha! There it is. The full size of the little bucklers.
Handles wrap. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to ship these yet. So basically, the 21 that I've made so far have all been like people close by that just basically took the drive out to meet me and get one shield made.
So a question on I don't know how you would ship something like that. Although I think a vendor from last week that is a musical instrument vendor might be able to advise you on that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they ship
the weight alone. I mean, shipping would probably be like $70-$80.
Yeah, that's actually that is very similar to what they said too. Like the wooden chairs that are the folding ones, they do, and they said that's about how much it costs. A question though on those shields.
Yeah.
If somebody wants their own design, like you said, you were with a clan or a house. If they wanted their own clan or house design, can you do their design if they give it to you?
Yeah, if they give it to me and it's not something that's copywritten that needs to be signed off on.
Yeah.
I usually take it and draw it up. I stay in constant contact with the people that commission me. They get progress pics and, making sure everything is exactly how they want it.
Right.
Because that's one of the things that got me into the leather work. I bought a few things, that were mass produced. And when I got it and looked at it, it was like, you got to be kidding me. I could have did this.
Right.
It's like,
that makes me laugh because it's one of the things that vendors always hate hearing from customers is people saying, I could do this, but hey, to your credit, you actually went and did it.
I'm actually doing it, yeah. Trying to save some money, being cheap.
You followed through, right? Yeah. Okay, so what were you going to show me?
We just added this. I was hoping to get it into the shop. It's actually a medieval wooden lantern. It's wrapped in goat skin.
Wow.
And what you do is you pull the top up, and there's the candle.
Oh, that's cool. Can I ask a question with
Sure.
regards to that? So I have a lantern that's similar to this, but
Mhm.
it's more of the mountain man, the blacksmith, the rendezvous era, so like 1800s, I guess, maybe.
Okay.
And so it's got the glass and whatnot, but
Right.
one of my fears in using it is that it will catch on fire. And so I'm curious
Yeah.
what it is like what do you recommend to burn inside of those, if that is, I mean, I'm sorry, but when I'm camping in the woods in the middle of
Yeah.
summer, right? So what do you put in
Well, I
these?
got I use the small candles.
Like a little votive there.
Yeah. Or tea light.
Yeah.
Or if you want to cheat, you get the battery operated ones that flicker. Stick that
Oh,
inside. It'll give the look, it'll give the appearance, and nobody will know.
you know what I think is so cool about this though? Can you hold it up again so I can see?
Sure.
Yeah, so that skin, it's
Yeah.
if people were to put designs, if you drew or painted designs on that, then when it lit up, it would cast those shadows, like outwardly, right? Like if you had trees or something along the bottom, or that
I
would
don't know.
be
That's something I'm going to have to try now.
that just seems, I'm like, oh man, just think of all the things you could put on it, and then as soon as it lights up, pow, these cool
Yeah.
shadows go everywhere. That I really like that. I've never seen one like that. I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So can I ask another quick question that has nothing to do with anything you've shown us so far? It's about your banner that's behind you that says something on it that I cannot read.
Okay.
But I am guessing that you have made this as well as
Yes.
like everything else. And because we are coming up on time here a little bit, but I'm curious if it looks like it's a standard that maybe you put outside your encampment.
Exactly. Yeah. And basically what it says is Clan of the Raven.
And so if are you able to make those too? Is that a thing that you sell in your shop?
No, but
If somebody wanted a standard, you might be able.
if somebody wanted, I won't turn nobody down. I'll tell them, let me see what I can do.
Right.
And I'll do a mock up and see if they like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sky's the limit.
And so best way to contact you is either probably through your Etsy or your Instagram.
Yeah, Etsy, Instagram. Instagram is probably where I get most of my work from.
Okay.
Word of mouth. A lot of people, they see things at Ren and, oh, who made that? And word gets out.
Well, and so I also have you down too today for the magic word, which is Queenfisher. And we decide our magic word on our Wednesday show, because that's anyway, that's where we decide our magic word for the week. So, so this week is Queenfisher from the vendor that we had on that show. And for those of you watching at home that don't know, what this means is that if you order this week from the Leather Scorpion and you use the word Queenfisher to let them know that you found them here through us, then you will get some manner of surprise bonus with your purchase.
Yes.
Do you have that to show, or do you want it to remain a surprise?
It's going to be a surprise. It'll be something with beads and something with wood, and it'll have a Viking theme.
Okay.
That's it.
Surprise it is. Very happy holidays, right?
There you go.
All right. Well, is there any last thing you'd like to say before I let you go?
No, I'm just glad that you had me on. And you ever need to fill time slots, call me.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, we have got some cool things going on today, you guys. These are, and I just a reminder too, if you guys see what you like, don't hesitate to get that holiday shopping in, because this is the time. Like, these things are handmade, and it sometimes takes the vendors time to get the thing to you and out. And so that little reminder there. And now I shall bring in, I see you down there.
Hello,
Catherine the Great. I love it. Blue Moon Designs.
Yes. So my name is Catherine the Great, and I run Blue Moon Designs. And I am speaking with you from my studio in Vallejo, California, the wonderful North Bay, San Francisco area.
Nice. What did you hear about?
That was my own computer.
I was like, what? There's a little bell going
There's a
on.
bell
What's
ringing.
happening right now?
My computer is telling me things about work that I don't want to know about right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
busy.
can get to it in a minute. It'll
I know.
wait. Well,
Yeah.
so go ahead. Back to Vallejo, California.
Yeah, so I specialize in making I use reclaimed and recycled fabrics to make utility accessories. So I love making things with pockets. I have several different designs that are, it's mostly wearable things, things, that you would put on your body. We've been talking about belts and pockets so far on the show, and I'm like, yes, I do all these things. So I'm wearing a couple of my own designs, and I can show things as well. I have a lot of goodies.
I'm going to give you the whole screen right here.
Yeah. So first thing you may notice is my holster hoodie, which is it has a pocket under each arm, tra-la, and then the hood is actually removable. So if you ever wanted to wear it just the harness part, and so you can see the fabric. It closes.
Oh, so cute. What?
Yeah, I'm also, you can see I make light up jewelry and light up skirts, bustle skirts, and light up headdresses. So I do fabric goods with pockets, and then I also do things with lights because who wouldn't want to have magical LEDs in?
I don't know. I would want them, and I therefore want you to show me all of the things with lights.
I'll show you all the things. All right. So this is the holster hoodie. Basically, the sizing of these, the one I'm wearing is a medium because I am blessed with flexible shoulders. A lot of people I find prefer the size extra large, which puts the pockets kind of down where your pants pockets go.
Mm-hmm.
I am also wearing, let me adjust my camera a little bit so you can see, I'm wearing a pocket belt, which goes around the hips. This is my sort of classic design. This is the first thing I started making way back when, 10 years ago. So let's not talk about that. You can see my mannequin who's much better at holding still than I am. She's wearing one as well. And the thing that's great about these, especially
and you've got hooks on there too. Like,
yeah,
so
there's all kinds of stuff. So let me get one that is down here that's a little, that we can show in the close-ups. So this one's all tangled on itself. Sorry, I should have staged this a little better. But for those of us who've maybe put on a Quarantine 15, the pocket belts are adjustable. So you can see the corset style lacing in the back. So you can, it's forgiving of some shifts in size. If you have, you put on
COVID,
COVID
2020,
get a little fluffy there again. Yeah. So it is an adjustable waist. There are also, every belt comes with D-rings in the front. There's 2 D-rings. And the pockets, you get like a stacked pocket. So there's a little pocket with the snap, and then a bigger pocket that's good for like a phone or glasses case or little notebooks, all kinds of functional stuff.
Uh-oh, you have a fan out here. I have 2 of those pocket belts, and I love them, they say.
Yeah.
Better than everyday use instead of a purse. This is a philosophy I'm on board with.
They're great, and especially for people who like to wear long flowing skirts, that never, like those beautiful broomstick skirts, and you're like, this is great. Where's the pockets? Where do I put the phone? I want to get my step count in. And I specialize, I particularly love using reclaimed materials. So I often get upholstery samples and things that were otherwise going to go in the landfill. So I try to hook up with, upholsterers, or I have a great thing going with a friend of mine who makes pirate coats for the Renaissance Fair. And so she sends me bags of scraps that she would otherwise just toss in the trash. And because my pattern pieces are all real small, I can make, piece together, and I end up with all these wonderful, I have this wonderful range of materials. I have a wall of fabric at home that I use. And it's just really fun to make stuff out of things that would otherwise go in the landfill.
That is, and plus upholstery is so durable. What's the washing of these things like?
So I recommend, I actually, everything that I make can be at least hand washed. And there are certain things with lights, I would definitely only hand wash, and I would wash very carefully with holding the lights out of the water because they're not necessarily waterproof. Duh. It's LEDs. But I, for anything that's only fabric, I often actually will just put my stuff in a delicates bag and just run it through the wash, hang it out to dry though, because it's the dryer that actually does the most damage to your clothing. It's not the washer.
Okay.
So I try to, everything comes with care instructions. If you aren't sure, you can always contact me and find out.
Very good to know.
So,
all right, let's what do we see behind us here? That's
other
lighting
things.
up?
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So
other
my
things.
girl here is wearing. So she's also wearing another holster hoodie, and she's got one of my. I also make feathered headdresses with lights in them. So I have one that's a little closer. I can show off. This one is my personal one that is not for sale, but I make a lot of them like this. You know, but yeah,
I'm a fan of hair flower feathers.
I know, hair
things.
flowers, and I love making ones that light up because there's a lot of people making some spectacular headdresses out there. But I'm going to put lights in it because that's how I do it. Yeah. So this particular one is actually a vegan headdress as well. So some of them I do work with feathers, but some of them I also make vegan because I know that matters to a lot of people.
Right.
So try to hit all, push all the buttons.
Right.
So, so usually it's like floral strands, glittery strands, lights. There's a battery pack that sits behind one of the flowers so you can turn it on and off. The headbands are adjustable. So if you have a head that is an unusual shape and you want to just sort of customize it to your own noggin, you can do that. And yeah, so I do lighted headdresses. I also make clips as well. So if you wanted to use like a hair
those are pretty.
So I frequently will do them in a pair. So you could do like a pair of them or a single. They come with a large, metal clip that you can just tra-la, make yourself glamorous. This one's backwards. I should do it on the other side of my head. Ta-da.
There you go.
Yeah. So stuff like that. I've also been making face masks because everyone I know who sews is making face masks.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
So I'm not sure if this is FCC appropriate, so I won't say the words, but I can show you the words.
Oh,
yes. You will see a message. And what's great about this is, like, if people get mad that you have swear words on your mask, you can say, "I'm sorry, I think you're standing too close to me."
Oh. 6 feet, folks.
Exactly. Oh, I see a comment about somebody asking about a partner's waist size. Get your partner's favorite pair of pants. I think
it's a coworker, actually.
A coworker. Ooh, okay, that's hard.
Did I get that right? No, maybe not. I thought that's what he said before.
If it's someone in your house, you can sneakily measure their favorite trousers at the waist, and then you will be able to be sneaky about that. I also offer gift certificates as well. So if people aren't sure and they want to let their partner pick, I can totally we'll work that out. Yeah. Okay. So I also have light up pendants as well. So I am wearing one. I'm just going to go through my whole litany if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah. So these are what's great about the light up pendants that I make is that they are actually user programmable. So if you are inclined to learn how to do some coding or programming, they are made from a very beginner-friendly technology. So this is an Adafruit Circuit Playground Express board. Oh. That is the name of this brain. And it has sensors on board. So if you wanted to make your pendant respond to the sound of your voice, or the temperature, or the orientation of yourself, your body, if you jumped up and down and you wanted it to do something different, then you can make it respond to those things because it has sensors built on board. It also has 10 LEDs that are currently doing a rainbow thing.
It's so kind of fairy steampunk.
Yeah, that's these are the seas in which I swim. The steampunk, the RenFaire, Victorian.
Yeah. That necklace. I want to see does it open up, the one you're wearing?
So I try to make it, because you have to get to the battery to turn it off.
Right.
I usually make them kind of like a locket. So my particular one, this one, the back comes off.
Oh, wow.
Because you have to be able to get to the brain to plug in your computer and to have it talk to your computer so you can program it. Oh, cool. So I always make them sort of like a locket. It's not great. It's, I do it with magnets.
Okay.
It's not got a hinge.
Right.
And so with this one, and on this particular design, it does have a switch, but you can also unplug the battery which is important because the batteries are rechargeable. So you need to be able to unplug it and plug it into a power source. That's
cool though, because those little batteries can be expensive and irritating to try to find sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have in the past made things with the little disposable coin cell batteries.
Yeah.
But I like being able to use the rechargeable ones because then, it's good. The size that I use is usually good for like 50 hours of use. So you get a lot of
Wheat.
Okay. And so the next thing I also have LED bustles, which are not rechargeable yet. I haven't figured out that technology, but so another use of scraps that I end up with that are more delicate, too delicate to make into pockets.
This is what I right
a
there.
bustle skirt, and it fits pretty much any sized human. Let me adjust the camera so I can model it for y'all. And because it just ties on.
Yes. Things that I need.
Ta-da! Yeah, so these are made with a sort of Christmas light style LED light and light string with a 3-pack battery pack, AA,
Yep.
and an
So
on-off
those will last
switch.
for a while. Yep.
Yeah, these also last for at least 50 hours. The lights will they'll dim over time. So if you want really bright lights, you can replace the batteries, or you can just kind of let them fade. But these, I love these because my favorite pieces of fabric to work with are the offcuts. So somebody cut a beautiful dress out of this piece, and there's all the little snibbles and bits left over.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, good. This is such a cool shape. What do I do with it? And I pin it in, and it's really fun. It's a fun thing to have this deconstructed, fluffy tail bustle skirt. And they're so easy to add on to really, and it turns a sort of ordinary outfit into a costume.
Right. Can I ask a quick question about that too?
Yeah.
Where does that battery pack go?
So the battery pack is going to sit kind of right above your derriere.
Is there a pocket for it?
Oh, there is totally a pocket. Of course there is.
Oh, okay. Now
It's all about pockets.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's true. As you told me at the beginning.
Yeah.
So okay, that was my
question.
question. Was
Yeah.
how does that go and do its thing? And question answered. I like the fabric you used for that pocket.
Yeah,
too.
I try to find the fun quilting cottons because this sits against your body, so the only person that sees it is you or the people
Right.
that get dressed. And so I like to use really fun. My favorite ones are sort of tiki Hawaiian prints. Those are my favorite fabrics to use for these.
Just to tuck in there a little surprise. So okay, so one last thing, and then we will be done for the day.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
One last item.
Yeah, one last item.
Yes, one last item. So I also love to use tassel fringe. Yeah. So, so it's your functional, beautiful pockets, but then you can dress it up with, I'll use belly dance coins or tassel fringe. This one has I also have ones with Victorian lampshade fringe that's beaded. So
I love how the mini pocket, it's kind of got a frame around it because it's against a more brocade looking. I love how that one looks, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I need so many things.
So I will say if because I do offer sizes, there's things for people who were born tiny and things for people who were born more generous proportions.
Yes.
And a really important belief in my design world is I want everybody to feel amazing in the stuff that I make. And so if you find something that is not your size that you love, let me know because I can probably recreate it in your size. It's really important to me to be very body positive. This is the only body that we will ever get. And so
that's true.
I want people to feel fabulous at any size. And so that's an important part of how I approach what I do. And so you'll notice that my sizing scheme is pretty generous in terms of my medium is about a 14-16 in women's.
That is actually what I was just going to ask you.
Unusual. Yeah. So make sure to measure and confirm the numbers because that's the best way to know. But because there is so much anguish out in the world about what size you are that
Yep.
I feel like it does not serve us to be so full of so much
about it.
Yeah, let's not be so self-conscious. Let's own our size and be feeling fabulous. And so that's part of my job is I want everyone to feel like I'm giving them a great big hug and saying, you're perfect just the way you are when they put something on my stuff. So
Magic. All right. Well, if is there anything else that you would like to say? Do you have any sales that are going on or anything like that that folks should know about before we let you go this afternoon? I know we're past the Cyber Weekend, which is when all of those usually happen.
I had a sale for Cyber Week, but if you're feeling, I do also offer payment plans. I know my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Little, people can get some sticker shock with my stuff. So if you wanted to do like a partial payment thing, I know that, especially for people who do the fair circuits and the festivals, and like my stuff is pricey for a lot of people who are living that lifestyle, and especially now that things are really hard hit,
right.
That whole industry is just so. If you need to work it out with me, I will work it out with you. So cool. I would much rather have them on people's bodies out in the world than sitting in storage in my studio.
That is totally fair. So just reach out and contact you, and that'll be the thing.
Yeah. Reach me through Etsy or through Facebook. So
thank you so much for coming on the show today. I love your stuff, and but I don't know how my pocketbook feels about your stuff. I'm like, oh man, all of the things, all of that's.
I have many customers who are collectors. They just, maybe one thing a year, they sort of work it out, and it's, that's the way to do it. Something to look forward to.
Oh man. I'm like, no, I want to buy all of them at once, all the lights. I have to have a whole matching set, right?
Yeah, so I'll do that too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And everybody, please go check out Catherine the Great. There's her information. Give her some follows, likes, and subscribes. My lady, good afternoon. And happy holidays to you.
Thank you.
All right. This brings us to our last vendor of today. I don't know if I'm going to say this right, so I'm bringing you here. Is it Naevi?
It's Naevi's Oddities.
Naevi's Oddities. Okay. Hello, Naevi's Oddities. Please, if you will, introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from, and give a shout out to your people, and then let's see what you've got.
All right. So my name is Jamie Rennie with Naevi's Oddities, and I live out here in Southeast Kansas, so a very small town, and I make handmade dice and resin, two-part resin creations. So dice, necklaces, cameos, accessories, on clothing. Yeah.
Well,
a little bit of everything.
Let's see some of what you got here. I definitely know that this has been, I have seen more of my friends anyway, looking at all the dice because everybody's at home.
Yeah. Well, see, I had to expand a bit more with a lot of the, because I started out with jewelry. When I started, I made cameos, and I do some fantasy cameos. Here we go. I do some very large ones, and then I do some slightly smaller ones. Let's see if I can get it on there. Maybe.
Oh, pretty. It's like there you go.
So yeah, and then I accent them with genuine wrong way Swarovski crystals. And then I do like fairies because my business is very fairy based. I actually wear wings to events, and I actually even have a specialized vest that fits wings in it. So that I can be comfortable during the day.
Wait, hold it still. Oop. Yep. We can see the sparkle, but then not the image. If we, oh yeah, she's cute.
I actually have something to fix that. I have this lovely attachment that goes on my camera, and will give us macro vision because with the dice, I'll need it too. Whoops, there we go.
Whoa.
So it's a very detailed cameo.
Yeah, she's pretty too. I like that.
So sometimes I color the cameos as well. Since I've already got that on, I will. I do. Let's see.
Show us the small micro things.
Yeah. So oftentimes I get damaged dice, and when I have damaged dice, I turn them into jewelry and chains, pulls for your fans. Oh goodness. So this little damaged guy is a little wizard now.
With the wizard hat, yeah, I see it.
I'm able to price them down somewhat, and they're still completely gorgeous pieces of jewelry to wear. I do different ones. I have dragons for the dragon hordes. I've got little ones with barbarian helmets on them, maybe. Woo!
Oh, where's our focus?
I know.
There we go. Right there. Nope. There we go.
Yeah. And in fact, I've got a new one I'm working on here with, it's a sword in a stone. I'm gonna have to like learn how to.
Oh, that is so cool! I really like the sword in the stone one. And that's like
a D. And I mean, and those are the charms, so you're not gonna pull them off.
Right.
And let's see, the dice themselves are really what people tend to be drawn to. A new style I have, and it's a work in progress, but it is absolutely. I make my own molds, so this has a custom font to it. With my logo.
Hold it real still. There we go. Like don't turn it. There we go.
I'm trying not to. I shake.
Oh, that's okay. There we go.
Yeah, I have to get real close.
I can't. That is amazing. I'm kind of amazed at your lens, how close you can get with that.
It's a micro. It clips on, which is amazing. It's kind of necessary with the dice. Let's see here. Let's pull out.
I am not the only one who loves that you are prepared with the close-up lens.
It helps a lot. You really just can't get a good. So these are sharp edged, and what that means is instead of having like kind of the slightly rounded edges, they are actually more of a sharp style. They have my logo on them, which is a fairy winged D20.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
That is super cute.
And so this is one of the sets I actually have on my site right now. And it's one of my Halloween sets. So it's my Winifred, obviously. And some of these sets come with also the token, which is a D2. And it's got the fairy wings on one side.
With the dice in the middle. I like your little logo. That's cute.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, and there's the other side. So like you can toss it as a coin. I also sell these individually on the site. What I was showing off earlier was the larger ones. The larger ones are 30 millimeters, so they are rather, let me take that off here for a second, rather big. So that one that I showed off is.
Oh, yeah. Now I can see. Yeah. Oh, man, I love how colorful and sparkly it is. Can I ask a quick question about those coins that you have?
Mm-hmm.
So are you able to do those in bulk? Can you, I have no idea how you get your designs or numbers or anything on there. And
so actually, the 2-part resin, this is my workspace too. You mix the 2 parts together with the pigments, and then I actually make my own silicone molds.
Oh, wow.
And then I mold them individually in these, so I can do them in bulk.
So if somebody had a design that they wanted you to use to make a custom coin, would you be able to do something like that?
It depends on the size of the order. It would have to be a decent size order because I have to go to someone else to get the master.
For the design.
The original
right.
thing I mold from. It's got to be a very precise piece.
Okay.
But it is doable. I also do some of my designs. I get requested to put images instead. And I don't have any of those with me because they're custom specifically. Oh, actually, I do Critical Role is a really popular D&D broadcast, and I'm a huge fan. So I made D6s and D20s with, and sometimes full sets, but with the images on them. And so like this one is, has the flame.
Oh, that's pretty. Look at that.
And it's a color shifting one. And if anyone watching knows Critical Role, this one is specifically Caleb, and it shifts fiery colors to match his character off the show. So yeah, I do a lot of individuals. I get bored easily, so I try not to have too many things that I repeat over and over unless it's requested. So I do a box so I can recreate those styles. But I jump a little bit from things to thing, and a lot of times I have leftover resin. So I do like these keychains that are self-defense keychains.
Oh, how does that work?
You attach it, and then you are able to use it if you need to.
Hopefully you will never need to.
Yes, exactly. I also do some ornaments This one says 2020, the year we all stayed home.
Right.
But I also do ones in themes of Dungeons and Dragons, and
Oh, cool.
these are my favorite. They're little. It's a little.
Is it
mushroom.
a mushroom?
It's a little mushroom with a smiley face, but I'm not sure he's the best style. He kind of came across.
Oh, I see him now. Okay.
Pretty. Here's one of the other types of styles I do for cameos too, where the center shifts.
Whoa. It's like a little raven skull or something.
Yes, and it changes colors in the light. Because again,
that is cool.
All that shimmer and the fae, you gotta have all that glitz to it. I also do in that same type style. These are for mostly cosplayers I get a lot of, because they are something that is seen in like animes like Sailor Moon and whatnot. But I make them as hair clips, and these are amazing clips. These clips are fantastic. And going off the lights from your previous person, I wrap lights around them and tie them up in my hair and put my hair up in buns, and they light up, and the light refracts off that coloring. Because I also do some dark ones, but
ooh, pretty. They're both pretty. I bet they're like fling.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. I have all sorts of different colors for myself that I wear.
I agree with you, Persephone. The raven skull is an unseelie must.
I have a couple left in my on my website still. So I do every Friday. I do a Flash Friday sale. Sometimes there's new stuff. Sometimes I just discount what's in that album, and usually it's going to be stuff that's ready to go fairly quick.
Right.
Some of the sets of dice take me from pouring or from casting, sanding, polishing, inking. They can take me up to a week or even longer, depending on how many pours. Some people like them in like layers, or like adding glow in the dark. I have all the colors of the rainbow glow in the dark. So
a quick question here. I don't know. So Stacy out in the audience says they were wondering what size those were, and I'm not sure what we're referencing when you say those, Stacy. So if you could just tell me what you mean by those, because there's a little bit of lag between when you wrote that comment and when I get to read that comment. So I'm not sure which of her things she was showing that you want to know the size on. And if you will tell me, then she will tell you. She will answer your question.
At any point, I have a chat on my website that comes to me, and
I
just get on my phone and respond back. No, not right this minute, but
right.
I do try to make myself as available either on my Facebook page, my website, as I can, because I do everything myself. It's completely just me. It's a full-time thing, so it keeps me very busy. The dice community, I don't think has ever been nearly as big as it is now.
No kidding.
And I mean, even people staying home, once you start, dice, you become a dice goblin and you start buying dice.
that term is so funny, but it's so accurately described.
It's exactly who I am, and then there's, some people call dice dragons, but honestly for me, I'm totally a goblin. I will grab anything and everything that shimmers and shines. But I sell the full polyhedral sets. It's kind of hard to show.
So Stacy has clarified real quick. The crystal hair clips are what she's asking about.
I can get an exact size for you. I can add it to the thing. I'm not exactly sure. They
look kind of like 3 inches maybe across in diameter.
About 3.
Yeah.
I don't have my measuring thing with me. It's somewhere else. As most things tend to be when you need them, but they're all the same size. I don't make a multitude of sizes in these. So I've also had people that will clip them to the fronts of their shirts.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Up here and up here, and then like they've done chains around it.
Mm-hmm. That is a really good idea.
And like I said, damaged dice can be turned into these lovely, for like ceiling fans. I'm 5 feet tall. Every room in my house has a fan.
Ceiling fans. What? I was thinking of divination dice, but then ceiling fans is a great idea.
You could use it for, I love it. I have one in every room of my house, and I can actually ink them with glow-in-the-dark ink or make them with glow-in-the-dark, so they're able to be seen at night.
That is an amazing idea.
And it gets rid of things in my office that are, just kind of sitting because they don't have a place.
Right, without having to throw them out. You get to you find good uses for these. I admire your ingenuity here.
Guardians, dice guardians. So these are my little. The damage die actually has a beetle in it, but this
A
little
beetle,
die,
like the animal.
Yes. Let me see if I can find one of mine. I had a whole run of them. I did. I haven't relisted them because I'm still getting the ones out that I did. I know I have one here. Here we go. And he's not polished, but let me put the.
I like your planchette looking necklace too.
Yeah, I make those as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I get bored easily. Now this isn't shined up.
Oh, cool.
But he is, and this is a bigger die. But yeah, he's
oh my god,
big old beetle.
That is crazy.
And
that is so cool.
A whole line of them that I'm working on. But this guy was first. I actually have. I'm really excited. Now I'm about to put bugs on the screen, so if anybody's squeamish. These are a male and female pair.
I have never seen like inside of a dice. I've never seen anything like it. That is so cool.
Well, that is a male-female pair. So for Valentine's Day, I'm going to be doing male-female like match dice. I thought that would kind of be fun. I've also done some. Let's see here. I have them here. I also have some really cool. Well, I don't know where it went. It was right here. Skulls that I've purchased from vendors at fair, actually, because I was at Kansas City last year is where I got to be a part of, which was fantastic. And we were really.
Is that the Muskogee RenFaire?
I've been to Muskogee as well. I help a vendor out at Muskogee, but Muskogee's Oklahoma. Kansas City is Bonner Springs, which is just barely in Kansas. So, because part of Kansas City is in Missouri.
Missouri, right? Because that's not confusing for anybody.
I know, right? It makes the bigger part of it is even in Missouri. So, I also make these lovely little trays. So this one is a crystal, and I use different pigments that are color shifting, and they just come out really cool. A lot of people use trays like this for dice.
For rolling them.
Yeah. So like this one would be awesome for a monk, or I had someone that said it looked like a paw, like some sort of paw.
It does.
But those have been really popular. I've also got ones with lotuses, and I have some anime fandom themed ones that are coming in for me to make. Because I purchased some of my molds. But the dice molds specifically, I make them all myself because that's become a busy thing for me.
Well, so it is 5:10 here, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But I wanted to say, since we're coming up on our time, if you have a last thing to show us, one last thing.
Oh, well, I will share what I'm going to be putting in packages with the magic word.
The magic word. Okay. And just a reminder for everybody out there, Queenfisher is the magic word for this week. So go ahead and let's see what you've got. I've
got some different pins. They've got
cool.
Pin backs on them, and there'll be feathers. I've got some TARDISes. I keep a TARDIS on my hat, and they glow in the dark. And so this one's just a color shifting feather.
That is cute.
The different ones that I've made. And I did never get them in my shop, but I thought last time I had them was RenFest, so it was appropriate.
No, it totally is. I have pins galore.
I think everybody does. If you've been to, I've got
sort of the thing.
Of my work pins up here as well. I've got one of the big metal ones all over the place.
Well, and not even just RenFairs, but also conventions. Putting those on your con badge, right? Just boink.
I keep a couple on my.
Oh, your hat. There you go. There's a TARDIS. I saw the TARDIS.
Yeah, I made the TARDIS, and then I had a friend that made me a little plague.
A plague doctor?
Yes, which I do plague doctor ornaments as well. So
I almost feel like that's practically an obligatory ornament to get to put in your house for this year, just to commemorate it, right?
I think we have to.
So, well, okay, then with that said, that is kind of bringing us to the close of our show today. And so just a reminder to everybody, magic word this week is Queenfisher. If you order within the next week from our vendors who are marked with a little magic mushroom and use the magic word, you will get the surprise bonus in with your purchase. So please go ahead and check them out. And if nothing else, give them some follows and likes on their media. It is Sunday, so this means our next show will be Wednesday for Fae News. And I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't done it and you are interested, please sign up for our virtual event. It will be Saturday, December 19th at 6 p.m. is when it begins, but you don't actually have to be there to participate. We're doing a bunch of different things, including we're mailing out Christmas cards to everybody, and we're doing the Yule Cat sock exchange, which is kind of like a secret Santa, except for way cooler because it's Yule Cat and Icelandic tradition and folklore there, and huge cats prowling the countryside, devouring people that don't have new clothes. Cracks me up. So, right. So yeah, so it doesn't really matter where you are. We have till the 10th to sign up. Those are the links. Please do that. And then with all of that said, you guys just hit the like and subscribe button for us, if you will. And everybody have a great Sunday. This video will stay up. You can find the vendors in the low bar and links to them all there for indefinitely. I won't say forever because, but indefinitely. So we don't take them down. Everybody have a great Sunday, and we will see you all on Wednesday, I hope. Bye-bye.